The concept of free will is central to our understanding of what it means to be human. It suggests that we are not merely puppets dancing to the tune of fate or destiny. We have the power to choose, to shape our lives through the decisions we make. This freedom to choose between different paths, to act or not to act, is what gives our actions meaning and makes us morally responsible for our choices. This freedom isn't about an absence of influence. Our upbringing, experiences and beliefs all shape our desires and inclinations. However, free will implies that we are not enslaved by these factors. We can reflect, deliberate, and ultimately choose a course of action that aligns with our values and aspirations. In essence, free will is the ability to have acted differently if we had so chosen. It's about the genuine possibility of alternative choices, even if we ultimately decide on a particular course of action. This freedom is what allows us to learn from our mistakes, grow as individuals, and strive towards becoming better versions of ourselves. Divine foreknowledge, a concept often attributed to God, presents a compelling and complex challenge to our understanding of free will. Traditionally, it posits that God, in his infinite wisdom, possesses complete and infallible knowledge of all events, past, present, and future. This implies that the future, like the past, is already set and known to God. This raises a profound question. If God already knows what we will choose before we even make a choice, can our choices truly be free? If our future is already written in the grand narrative of time, are we not merely actors playing out a predetermined script? This notion of a preordained future, known in its entirety by a divine being, seems to clash with our intuitive sense of free will. It challenges our belief that we are the authors of our own destiny, capable of making genuine choices that shape the course of our lives. The apparent conflict between free will and divine foreknowledge has puzzled theologians and philosophers for centuries. If God, with his perfect knowledge, knows the future, does that mean our choices are predetermined, effectively negating our free will? Some argue that God's foreknowledge is simply observational. He sees the future unfold without interfering or dictating its course. However, this raises further questions about the nature of time and God's relationship with it. Can God, existing outside the constraints of time as we understand it, truly observe the future without in some way influencing it? This remains a point of contention and a mystery that continues to challenge our understanding of both divine power and human agency. Perhaps the reconciliation of free will and divine foreknowledge lies in understanding God's knowledge of the future, not as absolute certainty, but as a spectrum of probabilities. Imagine a God who sees not one fixed future, but a multitude of potential futures, each branching out based on the choices we make. In this model, God, with his perfect wisdom and vast knowledge, could possess a deep understanding of all probabilities and possibilities. He would know our inclinations, our strengths and weaknesses. Based on this understanding, he could make incredibly accurate predictions about our likely choices, without infringing upon our freedom to choose. This perspective aligns with the emerging understanding of the universe presented by quantum mechanics. This field of physics suggests that the world, at its most fundamental level, is not deterministic but probabilistic. Events are not preordained. Instead, they unfold based on probabilities and possibilities. This suggests that God's foreknowledge might not be about knowing the future with absolute certainty, but understanding the infinite tapestry of possibilities and the likelihood of certain outcomes. This interpretation allows for both the genuine freedom of human choice and the perfect wisdom of a God who comprehends the intricate workings of the universe without reducing us to mere puppets in a predetermined cosmic play.